Gachibowli and Manipur. Because I stay there. But can I talk about entire Hyderabad? Yes. I can talk about old cities in Hyderabad. Like that, every professional works in one.
Sir. Yeah, data set. About dashboard. Dashboard. Data set and questions. Okay. No. Online, can you see my screen? Yes, sir. Yeah, thanks. So today we have a hackathon on Power BI. So who are done with Power BI, they understood well, and who are not done with Power BI, so just focus on this, how he is explaining. Okay, so there is a problem statement. This is a problem statement. How he is explaining that problem statement. Okay, what his approach to solve that problem statement. EDA is common, you know that already, right? So the person is performing EDA as a Power BI developer. He's the team lead, Power BI team leader. So how he is performing a problem statement with Power BI? Same problem statement you can perform with even Python, with SQL as well. Sorry, with Excel as well, right? Yeah. So how they are loading data and how they are analyzing data and how they are solving that problem statement and what is their approach to solve that problem statement and what is your approach to solve that problem statement. Okay, as a team you can solve, as a single person also you can solve that problem statement, right? So in team multiple people are there and every person have different thoughts to solve that, right? So what is the best way to solve that problem statement? So these are all things you can consider, and you can solve that problem statement, any problem statement, right? Yeah. So we are providing this problem statement to you. So in your dashboard you can find, so where you can find, so this is your dashboard. Okay, left side you have the schedule block. Okay, left side you have the schedule block. So third one, so open the schedule block. On Feb 1st you have a schedule. Okay, you have an event. So open this event, Power BI hackathon. Open this event. So here you have the problem statement. Okay, here you have the problem statement, and the right side resources are there, second option. So here you have the data set. Okay, so everyone go to your schedule block, download this data and go to introduction. Here you have the problem statement. So go through with this problem statement and understand the data and load into your module. Any module it may be, .ipynb, .pbx and .xlsx. Okay, any module it may be. So complete this problem statement and go to the third one, submission, upload your file here. Then we'll receive your solution, how you solve that solution with any module. It may be Python, Power BI or Excel. Okay, so load it and complete and submit. Understood, right? Online, is it clear?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, done. So who are in YouTube, so please follow these steps. Go to introduction. Here you can find problem statement and go to resources. Here you can find data set and go to submission. After completing your entire problem statement solution, so upload your file here. Okay, done. So let me go with EDA. What are the common steps in EDA? First is data loading, data manipulation, data visualization. Okay, so any data source it may be, how you're loading the data into your module. It may be from SQL, from Excel, from from sources. It means from cloud sources, any source it may be. How you're loading your data into your model. So that is very first step. Okay, so definitely that is a raw data, unstructured data, right? How you are converting the data into a structured data. So that is important. Okay, so many manipulation steps you can perform here, right? As Suresh said and as me said, so here you have null values, handling null data, and here you have outliers, handling outliers data, and feature selections, which features are required to you. Okay, and many steps, creating new features. Okay, adding new rows, means it may be merge queries and append queries. Merge or append you can do, right? Concatenation, you can join row level and you can join column level, right? So these are all steps you can perform here. So like many steps you can do here. Okay, if it is a Python, you can do sub data frames like LOC and ILOC, renaming, replacing. Okay, so many steps are there. If it is Excel and Power BI, there you have Power Query Editor, right? In Excel and Power BI you have Power Query Editor. So many steps you can do with Power Query Editor, many transformations you can do with Power Query Editor, right? Yeah, so with the help of these tools and with the help of these options, I created unstructured data to structured data. Unstructured data to structured data, right? Yeah. Now I'm visualizing this data. That is very important. How beautifully you are visualizing your data. With line chart, with bar chart, with pie chart, many charts we have in our modules, right? In Python also we have many, and in coming to tools, yeah, tools are very famous for visualizations. Already we know that maybe Excel or Power BI or Tableau or ClickSense, or many tools are there in the market. So you can use anyone, right? Yeah. So season two, season two. Okay, so please perform those are all operations with your module, any module. So now the Power BI event will start. So, right.
Good morning, all. Just to start before, this is session I covered mostly Power BI, but we'll be go to entire data analysis. Okay. So whatever questions you guys have, you can stop me whenever you want. And if I'm not making sense, you can argue with me. Okay. So complete freedom here. Okay. So people over online, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
People over online, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so my name is Jaya Surya. I'm from Chennai, but I've been working here in Hyderabad for last 3 years. So I graduated by doing my commerce graduation from Loyola College. So how many of you here from non-technical background? So great. So I started my career in the banking, ICICI Bank. I started working as a relationship manager, then went to investment banking, then went into sales and marketing. COVID happened, gone to logistics, over there customer management. So what made me to focus on data analysis is that everywhere I go, I focused on data, not knowing what I'm doing data analysis. I just opened my Excel, list out my customers, start analyzing their transactions. So subconsciously I was doing it so that I was able to achieve my targets as I'm a sales manager. So when I realized that wherever I go, I use data to just cross my day-to-day life. That's when I decided that okay, this is the high time for me to do data analysis. Whether I'm getting a job or not, just let's focus on data analysis. Let me find some passion in it. So that's where I started. Right now, I'm in the core. I'm more than 3 years experience in the data science field, covering most of my works lies in business intelligence, SQL, and Fabric. So also to tell about me, I've completed a PG postgraduate program in data science and engineering. And to about me, I'm a passionate storyteller. When I mean by storyteller, I love to tell stories, and I'm a writer. I also love acting. That's my passion. So why data visualization? What do you guys think of data visualization? What do you guys when I say data, when I say visualization, what is it coming in your mind first?
Documenting data and those columns in this one story
Okay. Anything else?
to understand the trends of the data.
Okay. So technical, but what is the very first thing that strikes your mind when I say data? Yeah. So we see a film, right? But what is the main base thing of a film? It's a script. That is the data. But we are not looking at a script. We look at a film, a pictorial representation. Same thing here. What we need is that we don't have time to go through the data. Okay. What 10 years before the so-called big data is not even a big data right now. What 20 years before the so-called big data is not even a big data right now. We are advancing with the data. We are expected to analyze 10 lakh rows in a given 10 to 20 minutes. So data visualization comes into in a mediated part, helps us to understand why we need data visualization. Because simple, apple oranges, it seems to be the apple is more than oranges, sales. Just a quick comparison. So that is main thing of data. Okay? But what is it doing? From this to this, what is it doing?
It's putting the data into scale and get comparing the
It's telling a story. Simple.
converting our data into actually good.
Yeah, but it's telling a story. Simple. It's a story. According to me, it's a story. This is a apple is more apple sold a lot more than oranges. That's it. Okay. So from this, I can get an insight. I got a story that my store apple is more sold one than oranges. Simple. So when I say let's halt about Power BI, since we have many more audiences here. What do you guys think about data analysis? I'm pretty sure that that's what you covered in the entire curriculum. But when I say data analysis, what do you learn? Not technically, but what do you mean by data analysis?
Generate an insight.
Anyone else? So there are 3 steps in data analysis. What are they?
Data,
Collecting the data,
data management, data visualization.
organizing the data, analyzing the data. Without collecting, you cannot organize it. Without organizing, you cannot analyze it, because if you miss the middle part of organizing, analyzing will go wrong, right? So collecting, organizing, analyzing, 3 simple steps of data analysis. Okay, so what is Power BI? Okay, why Power BI? So Power BI is from the Microsoft tool, or as everyone knows here, and it's a free tool, free desktop version tool. You can download it easily. So, but what is the history of Power BI? It didn't start like Power BI. It was started a different name from the SSIS. And only in 2013, the Microsoft team named it as a Power BI. So if anyone says, I have an experience of 15 years in Power BI, you cannot believe that, right? Because Power BI got introduced only 10 years before. Right? What are the things earlier than it? What are the things that you guys think more other tools than Power BI in BI? Huh? Okay, Excel, yes. Tableau. And next thing. MSBI, before Microsoft, before Power BI, something called MSBI in Microsoft. SSRS. So these are the things they are still in existence. They may die in future, but they are still in existence. For people who are MSBI developers, SSRS developers, they are still in demand because all those old tool reports, they are now migrating to Power BI and Tableau. Okay. So why Power BI is the common word more than Tableau right now? So this is a Gartner tool. What do we mean by Gartner tool is that in every aspect of our life, we can divide it as 4. In whatever we are using day-to-day life, the leaders, the challenges, the upcomings, the niche markets. As you can see, Microsoft Power BI for last consecutive 4.4 years to 5 years, it's topping the BI tool. And then comes the Tableau, and then comes the ClickView. Okay, but Tableau, yes, used a lot. What have you ever used Tableau before? Someone? No? Power BI? Who use Power BI? No one? Okay. So then that's not a point of discussion here. But Tableau, what Tableau gives is that Tableau comes from Salesforce. Have you guys ever heard of Salesforce? But Tableau was never generated, was built by Salesforce. Tableau was acquired by Salesforce. Tableau is a Japanese tool. Whatever you see, it's a Japanese tool. Even if the world layouts, everything, it's a Japanese version, you can see it from. Okay. But I'll tell you the difference. Power BI is easy to build the dashboards. But Tableau is very easy to manage the data. Since I work in both, if you ask me, I go for Power BI. But that's where my day-to-day life goes. But I'm still fond of Tableau because it can easily the power of a tool, it can easily handle a lot of data. Okay. Okay, so when I say Power BI, not just the desktop version, right? There are multiple tools in the Power BI. Starting with Power BI desktop, Power BI mobile service, Power BI report builder, and Power BI optimizer, report server optimizer. Okay. So mostly we'll be covering this part, but I'll be giving this PPT, but you guys have to go through this. We built a dashboard in the local in our system. What is the point of building it? We should share it in online, right? Most of us will be working in the US clients, UK clients, Singapore clients. We're gonna build something and we're gonna share it to
the clients. And even after sharing, we have a lot of restrictions. I'm the one who developed. My data engineer cannot see my reports. My only BA developer can see my reports. Even in client, the admin and the stakeholders can see my reports. Not everyone in my client office can see my reports. So that's where Power BI service in mobile comes by. Where you can have a lot of restrictions for a particular report. When you share, you can always apply the security governance.
Screen is not visible. The screen is not visible.
పెట్టుకున్నాను. Oh, people who are online, if you guys missed something, did you guys able to clear this?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, but my question is that when you get the Excel data, Obviously, all the data, Kaggle data, everything you will be getting in the Excel or CSV or TSV file. Dot TSV, dot CSV, dot XLX, dot PDF. What was the first thing that you guys do when you get the data? When you open the Excel file, what is the very first thing you do? No, I understand. You open the data with Excel sheet. Okay, now you see the sheet data. What is the first thing you guys do?
We'll understand data.
Understand the data. First thing, how
Yeah.
many rows and how many columns? That if it's more than 60, 80,000, my God, like I am not interested in data. If it's some 2,000, 3,000, okay, I can live with it. If it's 200 rows, okay, that's thing. My day is safe. As a everyone, because we can easily understand the data a lot, right? Power pivot and power query helps it. How many of you guys use power pivot and power query in Excel? Pivot table is different. Power query editor. Okay. What are the things that you guys use in power query? If you guys use power query in Excel, 20-30% aware of, we could easily learn Power BI. Because most of the things in Power BI as a backend, Power Query plays a major part. Power Query editor. Okay. And I mentioned Power Apps, Copilot Studio, Power Automate. These are the things that are not part of. It's not like if you guys only, you guys should definitely know this, but these are also from the Microsoft tools. Power BI was in the Power Platform. Right now, Power BI is not in the Power Platform. But these three are Power Apps, Copilot Studio, Power Automate are in the Power Platform. When I say Power Platform, we have Power Apps, Copilot Studio, Power Automate. So these are the tools that they categorize as a Power Platform. And if you guys, Power BI is now part of Fabric. How many of you guys heard about Fabric? So start going through the articles. Start going through the. Most of us will use Microsoft tools as the first thing. Okay, most of us will use Azure, AWS. Start going to the documentation. Only that will keep you updated. If you are not going to the documentation of the websites, like how we before you apply the company, what will you do? Go to the website, understand the company, see if you can find anyone who works in the company, LinkedIn, approach them, ask them how the company is it torture, is it work-life balance is there? Same thing. Before whenever you read something, for example, everyone use NumPy and Pandas, right? But how many of us have gone to the pandas.org and understand what version Pandas is right now? The code you built 7 months earlier may not work now because the Pandas have upgraded the version. And as a developer, once you're a recruiter, every day you have to notice. Okay, so start going to documentation. So Microsoft has come something called Microsoft Fabric that I'll cover the last session. Okay, any customer uses Power BI has to end up one day purchasing the Microsoft Fabric from the Microsoft. That is going to be the trend in future. For that, if you want to become if you know Power BI and SQL, the companies will be like, "Acha, come, I'll train you in Fabric." But down the line 2 years, they expect you to work in a Fabric only then to recruit. How many of you know Snowflake and Database? So it's not that Python and SQL and Excel and things are there. We have tools. We have in SQL, we have MySQL and sorry? SQL Server next. MongoDB is what? So no SQL. But MySQL is RDBMS. Okay? Postgres. Postgres is there, Oracle is there. But do we know if at all when that in companies, it's not like only you work in the MySQL, you only work in the PostgreSQL, only you work in the SQL Server. Whichever the client wants, you will be working on it. So no, for example, right now, I also work in Power BI, I also work in Tableau. It's not that I only know Power BI, so I'm surveying. No. Concepts are same, tools are different. How many of you guys know PySpark? So what I'm trying to say is that just knowing Python and the SQL and Power BI or Excel can get you a job. But if you want to differentiate yourself with others, you have to start knowing about these things. Because how many of you, okay, let me put it out like this. How many of you guys know the new name of the ChatGPT or OpenAI? Who built it? And that is way better than ChatGPT. So anytime, anywhere, the people will be coming up with the multiple tools. The concept of same, Jaya, LLM, NLP. Start going to those things because that's where we are advancing every day. As we speak, some other biggest LLM tool has been built. Okay, so there is no compromise of upgrading knowledge. We are a knowledge sharing business. Start looking to LinkedIn. Start looking to called medium towards in a sense medium. Only then you can upgrade yourself. When I started it out, I kind of wrote blogs, being very active on LinkedIn. So those are things you guys are supposed to do to grab attention of the rest of the people. Okay, when I look for something, when I go to LinkedIn feed, and someone put open to work, but they post content about what they've done. I'll take a second and look at it. If they, I'll try to reach them. Hey, in our company we have open. Are you interested to join? I like your profile. Later, I am the one who end up taking interview for him. He doesn't know that. He or she doesn't know that. But that's why the recruiters will stop you. Okay. So knowing Power BI is not just we have to know the cost also. For example, I'm coming to you. What's your name, sir? Sorry?
Rajesh.
Rajesh, I'm the client. I'm coming to Rajesh is my developer. Hey Rajesh, I'm planning to start Power BI. What is your take on the cost? How much I have to pay? If I don't know the cost, how is my client gonna expect me as a developer? So I should be knowing the cost. But just not knowing the cost is not enough. I have to know the requirements. So in Power BI, we have three licenses: Power BI Pro, Premium per user, Premium per capacity. And this is called P1 per capacity. $10 per month, $20 per month for these two. And this is $5,000 per month. So I leave it up to you guys to research about why this cost variances, what all this does. I've mentioned it here, but I want you guys to learn about it. Okay? Any questions?
It was not audible.
No, any questions? Do you guys find a pace I'm going? Am I going very fast? No. Is it interesting? Am I boring you guys? What is the file type of Excel? Dot XLX. What is the file type of Python? If you Jupyter workbook, if it's a normal Python file, SQL file, SQL. Same thing Power BI as .pbix for whatever you serve in Power BI. There's something called PBIDS and PBID. Okay. So PBID is something that you build a visual, but you feel that my data is very sensitive data. My data is very concerned data. Let me not share the data with you. Let me just share the template of the visuals. So that goes with the PBID. PBIDS. PBIDS. Hey, I've not built a data, I've not built a visuals, but I have a data set, data source file. Let me share it with you so that we can work just with transferring each other. Okay. PBIX is something that it's a wholesome, both visual and the data source will combine. So it's important to know this because client will ask you what kind of a data file you're sharing with me. Are you sharing with me a PBID date or a PBIDS or the PBID? So tell me what are the scenarios you'll be sharing the PBID? Whatever you think. No restriction, whatever you think.
If you are generating the visualization, only the dashboard is being shared.
Okay. My job is to build the visuals. I'm not a designer. Okay. Maybe whatever I built is not as per company branding guidelines. If for example, if I build, am I going to, if I'm going to build the dashboard for settler, I should be using settler's color branding, right? So, but I built the dashboard. I'm just going to send them a PBID to my UI UX designer. Hey, give me some screens for us. So knowing UI UX good to have for Power BI because you can understand the design. At the end of the day, as I told films, you may like one film, I may not like that film. The film I like, you may not even consider it a good film. Because our taste differs, right? So you cannot satisfy everyone. Visuals are very personal to each other, right? Hey, I like pie chart, but I don't. He likes pie chart, but I don't like pie chart. I never consider pie chart. I don't like pie charts and Donald charts. So it goes to everyone's individual perspective. Okay. So master the concepts of data visualization. Here comes the important thing. What do you guys think about data normalization? Sorry?
Unstructured data
What do you mean by structured data?
without any null
Sorry, ma'am? Manipulated, both are same, but both are, it's a cleansed data. What you guys are telling, right? Manipulate data or the data, it's a cleansed data. It's a transformed data, what you want. And what you see is a cleansed data. When I say data normalization, what do you mean by data normalization? It's all checks, data cleaning checks, data quality checks. Right? When I say data normalization, I am normalizing my data for the better storage, for the better reporting, for the better my maintenance. Let's say that's what your hackathon right now going to be. I'm most focused on the data normalization only. In data normalization, we have 4 forms. Okay, 1NF, 2NF, and 3NF. But I'm just going with the basic thing today. I'll help you guys with the data normalization technique. But from there, you guys have to think about data normalization. There's something called data modeling. What do you guys mean by data modeling? Doesn't matter if you guys gonna end up with the Power BI or Tableau, gonna stick with the Python. I'm interested only data engineering. Data engineering is a must. Data modeling is a must concept for data engineering. BA, data scientist. What do you guys mean by data modeling? Exactly. Simple, as simple as that. Relationship between 2 tables. Sales, orders. Customers, orders. Employee, department. You will have 2 different tables. But how are you going to connect with them? Association, relationship, both are same. Association correct, relationship correct. But when do you normalize the data? When everything in the same data set. I'm going to the sales data set where I have my sales number, order ID, order name, customer ID, customer name, product ID, product name, cost, category ID, category. Same table. I'm good for, I'll be good, but that is not a normalized data. Okay, so let me put it something. Why we have to normalize the data? I'll tell you. What is the order of syntax, order of the commands in the SQL? Can anyone tell me? Most of you guys know SQL, right? From that's order of execution. Execution or okay, tell about execution. From tables from where? From where? Hmm? Selected. What about join? What about on? What about having? Having that comes after group by, right? Group by having. Order by comes last, limit comes last. Offset. Something called offset also. So in order for this to operate, the back engine of SQL, what is this? First, it will go and select a particular table. It will filter it out. It will connect to a related table. That is how the backend will happen in SQL. That is why data normalization is very, very important. Understand, go through articles about what is data normalization. This session is all about. I'm giving you few topics where it will be most of the interview questions, which is more than freshers. But knowing all these things can definitely differentiate yourself from the other set of candidates. If you, in your resume, if I can see, you have done a project starting from Excel to BI. How many of your data aspiring data scientist? Data analyst? Data engineers? No one. But I'll tell you, in the market, even if it doesn't matter if recruiter, the data analyst or data scientist, will be doing most of data engineering works also. Because if there's no data, there's no work. Data engineers are going to be a very on-demanding work in the upcoming future. Okay. I'll talk about yeah. So data engineering works also, right? As I'm going to go into your resume, okay? If I see a candidate who started from the Excel, analyze the data in Excel, take that to Python, cleanse the data, took that to SQL, normalize the data, okay? Took that to data science applications, predicted the data, and built a Power BI report by sharing his insights. It's an end-to-end project. I'm more interested in that candidate as a recruiter, as a team lead. I'll be most interested in that candidate. So start doing projects from end to end. Multiple data sets available in Kaggle. And start doing some interesting stuff. IMDb, Netflix, IPL. Start doing some different things. Right? And next is relationship. As I told, table relationships. I'll be covering relationships. Different type of schemas. What do you guys know by star and snowflake? People who are online, you guys here? I know only 4 are here, but can you guys hear me by any chance?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What do you guys know by star and snowflake?
You know, have only one fact table. It connected to another table.
Exactly. Snowflake?
We have You don't have only one fact table. Every table connects to each other table.
I'll show the representation for you. Okay. Cardinalities, what do you guys mean by cardinal? Sorry? Exactly. So one to many, many to one, those are common things. How about many to many? I'll give some insights about many to many relationships. Okay, first of all, what is one to many? I can't just skip.
Will match with same one record in another table.
Okay.
One to one.
Is it a proper relationship? Yes. One to many is fine for me. Okay, many to many is a problem for me. Because in many to many, I'm not sure which record will be joining with which record. Right? When you do a inner join, what will happen? So what are the matching rows? It will join. But if you do a left join, what are the matching rows from the left table? That will be joining, right? But what's the problem of doing inner joining? Duplicating the value. I don't want that. Right? I don't want to duplicate it. That is why many to many is a problem.
Cross join.
No, cross join is different. Cross join is something that it will have a cardinality where if you have 3 years, 3 years, 3 to 3, 9. But inner join is not like that. 3, 3, 3. That's it. Different.
Many to many. These looks like the cross join.
But yeah, it's not like we have something called different cross join in Power BI. Many to many may or may not be considered cross join, but we have different concepts of cross join. This is the star, this is the perfect dash. Your name, sir? Cycle just said. Star, one fact table, multiple dimension table. What is fact table? What is dimension table here?
That table is a primary table.
Okay, anyone else? Fact table will be having the fields which can be measured, which can be used as a KPI. Dimension table will be helping them. I have my customer name, sales. Customer, but I have a same separate table called customer. I have a separate table called order, separate table called product. That is what your hackathon will be today. I'll be giving one table, a denormalized table. You have to normalize it using SQL. Doesn't matter if like you can just how many of you use MySQL? Everyone uses MySQL, right? If I'm not wrong. Anyone use any other tool? MySQL. Simple table import wizard. Get the data, and you have to normalize the data. Okay, that's the. And from that you're gonna build a Power BI report. Okay. So yeah, cardinal is what you said. One to many, one to one, many to many, right? So that's what I'm saying. If in many to many, so it will be joining. We're not sure which B goes with which B, which B goes with which B, right? That's a problem with many to many. So any questions on this as of now? You guys are being a very silent audience. Any questions? Either I'm doing a very good job or I'm not, I'm doing a very bad job. If you guys are silent, that's what I think. Okay. Not just for data visualization, I'm telling for any data analysis part. Okay, begin with the goal. Hey, what is my requirement? Okay, keep it simple, crisp and simple. Do not overcomplicate. If you can't understand something, ask. Know your data. understand the data, each and every corner of data. Take some time, understand the data. For example, in Python, in pandas, what is the library which can generate a simple data summary? There are libraries in pandas which can generate a proper PDF, HTML file, which tells about the data yourself. I'll leave it to you guys to research about it. Okay? And put your audience first. For example, if I'm building a dashboard for you guys, if I'm not keeping you guys in my mind, for example, if in this session, if I talk about LLM, generative AI, deep learning neural networks, which you guys are not familiar with, you'll be feeling it boring. Right? If I don't consider my audience first and to put some random bullshit over there, what is the point of me having you? Okay. And be media sensitive. When I do media sensitive, your data is going to be live. So whatever you publish there, be sensible about it. Right? Choose the right chart. When you go to the visualization, choose the right chart. For example, there are two fields, age and income. What are the visuals you will be considered to build? But okay, first of all, what will be the data type of income? Okay, age. So both are numerical. Both are numerical. If you build numerical bar charts, do you guys understand the issue of it? Scatter, yes. It's because scatter tells a relationship. Heat map, yes. So let me see if I have the slide. Yeah, I have the slide. I have the slide. I'll put that slide for you. Okay. Chart smart. Keep it simple and smart. When I say smart, whatever the information you want to tell, just tell them. Do not glorify it. Add some white spaces in your reports. For example, if this white space is not there, your reports are not very good, right? These are the things as a developer. Now that I lead the business intelligence team in my company, I'll be telling to my freshers. Okay. Use labels wisely. Principal designs, design to the point, focus on these elements. Data, design, and feel. If I use the Power BI dashboard, I should get a feel. Okay. Make it easy to compare the data. Blend your data. What do we mean by blend your data? Data modeling. Okay. Let the data speak, not you. When I'm building a dashboard, if you see this visual, hey Surya, but what is that visual? I'm failed. That's it. If you guys ask me a question, I'm failed. I'm failed at that point because I haven't conveyed my visual proper to you guys. Feedback is a good thing. Like how in between every 2-3 slides, I'm stopping and getting your feedback. Get your feedback on every progress. This is not only for data visualization, for anything you use. So, when I say Power BI service, I upload the data. Okay. I am the manager. You are the developer. Who can see information about you? I can see information about you, but can you see information about me? But who can see information about me? My boss. Who can see information about my boss? My boss. So for every system, we have an issue. Okay. Right now, most of you guys use ChatGPT, right? Is it good to use? if I say, don't use ChatGPT, ChatGPT is harmful. What I'm trying to say is use the ChatGPT in the right way. If your client knows that you are getting help from ChatGPT, you will be fired. Because you're sharing your data. For example, the code. The code almost speaks about your data, right? The code, you want to copy your code, paste it over there. Whatever code ChatGPT gives, you want to paste it over. You not even take the comments of it. Whatever the ChatGPT comments, you keep it like that. If I see a code from ChatGPT, I'll see easily tell is it from ChatGPT or a developer written code. Some people will be more smart of like changing the variable's name. Okay. But what I'm trying to say is that you cannot just put the data directly there. You can put a sample of it by changing the names, changing the titles, changing the thing. That is sensitive. If, for example, can I put Rajesh details connecting to ChatGPT? Exposing Rajesh details to ChatGPT. That is sensitivity. Okay. Okay, my charge. Where is that socket? Power socket. Okay. So different type of charts. Okay. Which is your favorite chart? I'm just want to know about your guys. Pie chart? Line chart? Bar chart? Yeah. Pie chart? So within each of them, we have differences, right? Most of the people, now this is the exercise I'm giving to you. Most whoever said pie chart, most of the people, visualization experts, will not use pie chart. They don't consider pie chart as a pie chart itself. I'm just giving a hint. Understand why. Okay. So right now, tell me, comparing values, which visuals you use? Bar chart is program, but at least one data type has to be categorical and one data type has to be numerical. Only then you can use a bar chart, right? Imagine you use both the numerical data types in bar chart. 1:1 will be your data will be your visuals will be like so much of confusing story. For example, when the person I asked, age versus income, what you should do for you in order to use the bar chart, you should categorize the age 20 to 25, 25 to 30, 20 to 25. Then you can use your bar chart. That will be perfect. Yes, you can use for comparing, you can use also what else? Comparison, use of Instagram. Yes, not to except the bar and column charts are simple. Composition proportion. Sorry? Pie chart. That's the proportion. In your categories, you have 5 values. And how much of 5 values are being expended? The distribution. Divided by distribution. Okay. What are the thing distribution? Now comes histograms. Now comes KDE plot. How many of you guys want to the color density plot? Simple. Histogram will have a curve and the frequency, right? KDE plot will just have the curve. That's it. Researching trend change over time. Which chart? Exactly. If you're going for trend, I have made a mistake when I started data visualization. Keeping the categorical column in the x-axis and thing that I made a mistake. My client laughed at me. Clearly got to know that he's the pressure. But just I was confident to escape at that time. So knowing these things are very important because no one will teach you. People expect this from so people to expect to guys knowing this already. Understand relationship. Heat map, scatter plot, geographical map. I'll give you a minute. What is common in this job profiles? Now, what is common thing in this job? Yes, analyst, okay. Data. Data. Okay. All of this in all Power BI is used. A project manager is supposed to know about Power BI so that he can visualize the project, right? A software developer, every 1 year are expected to know the Power BI or a visualization in general. Okay, and everywhere we have data. So what I'm trying to say is that even you apply for companies, don't just type for data analyst. There are multiple things. BA associate analyst, audit analyst. Multiple things are there. Okay. Okay, this is very important thing, guys. Any project you take, most of the thing, it's still this point. It's data engineering. And from this is a BI. This is a business. I'm just telling most of the things. We'll get a data from SQL Server, blob storage, SharePoint, which is Microsoft Excel, and OneLake, everything. We'll do the ETL, and we'll use the Azure Data Factory and Python pipelines, and we'll again store them back in the SQL as a process data. And that process data will be taken for Power BI, and we'll publish to Power BI service. This is a very important tool. Note down all the stacks here. What are the stacks been mentioned before? What is this? SQL Server database. What is this? You guys wouldn't know blob storage yet, but note it out. This as a SharePoint. Only. And this is Azure Data Factory. Which you guys should know. SQL database again. Okay. Any questions as of now? For every, okay, that is still loading, I'm sorry. Let me know.
That's the 20 columns. We don't give all the columns, right?
Okay.
So these columns we need to remove and these columns we need to keep out and
What's the end goal? For example, all my motive is to understand the sales. Okay, understand the sales. I don't want the company inventory details, the invoice numbers. Right? So and that goes with the any code requirements. Okay, so understand the requirements. But what you want right now, what you don't want right now, you may want it in future. You get my point? So get all the columns till here. But in Power BI, take only one specific columns. You got my point? All the columns, whatever columns you get it till here, don't delete it here itself. Till here, get your columns. Sir, sorry? All the columns. See, I can go technical, I'll go more deep, okay? Don't, if it that sounds more deep and technical, stop me, okay? In something we call it medallion architecture. Bronze, silver, gold. In bronze layer, so we'll have three different databases of humans. Simply, in bronze, will get all the raw data. And in silver, from the raw data, we'll clean the data and keep it in silver. And in gold is where we get the data, we put the data that is only required for Power BI. That is called medallion architecture. Medallion architecture. You guys, it may be sound very technical, but if you guys start searching about this, you will feel it very normal for a data perspective, data and this perspective languages. So for every license, Power BI, we have limits. If it's a free license, you can have till only 1 GB of file data. The data I'm telling. Okay, I'll give you another thing. This you guys experiment today. Your data size, file size is 100 MB. When you import that to Power BI, how much would be the Power BI file size will be? How much of you need at least 100 MB or more than 100 MB? Huh? Sorry, repeat the questions. Okay, see, your Excel file is 100 MB. Excel file is 100 MB. You import that file to Power BI. Now, what will be the file size of the Power BI? Who all thinks at least 100 MB for sure? It will increase? Okay. It will not increase. It will decrease. Why? Power BI compressed the data. There's something as I told you, back end, velocity. Okay, what are 5 D's in data? Volume, velocity. Other two I'll leave it up to you guys to search about it. Visibility. No, visibility, that term changed, but I'll leave it up to you guys to be honest. If I tell you guys, go and search about it.
Dharma rules, right? These are
Yeah, you can tell Dharma rules, but these are big data. But my point is that these things changes. Now, right now they call velocity, and they made it called X velocity. Now they call it a vertipack.
very
Now they call it vertipack. So what I'm trying to say is the terminologies may differ, but concept is same. Okay, you guys, I understand it may sound very, very technical. Why am I even? If you guys think why is this guy is even telling like this? Why is he even carrying us by telling these such a big terms? Nothing like that. If you guys search about this, one day you'll thank me that at least you guys will get to know about it. Because what's the problem is that the moment you enter into the company, the seniors will be expecting you to learn all this for yourself. There is no spoon feeding. If at all you're getting into a service-based company, consulting-based companies, from day one, you're expected to work. Your training and honeymoon period is very less over there. Okay. So I'm getting more deep into the technical terms of Power BI. Okay. What is DAX? Where are you used this? Excel view is equal to sum, is equal to average, is equal to count, is equal to if conditions. Same thing over in Power BI, but a little bit more complicated. If you guys, if for example, I'm recruiting only for Power BI, if that guy is good with visuals, if that guy or girl, if that he or she good with visual, good with DAX, complete DAX, good with data modeling, good with communication, good with SQL in intermediate level, I'll hire him. As a data analyst, a Power BI developer. I'll hire him. That's all expected from me. So this is this may sound technical, but calculated column is something that you build additional column with an existing schema. But measure is something that you cannot see. You can only visualize it. What do I mean by see and visualize? Unless and until measure is something I created and keep it on top of the visual, I cannot see the result of the measure. But calculated column, as it already comes from my data, I build it on top of my data, I can see that. Okay, so it differs. Okay, note on these topics: what is measures, what are calculated columns? Very important Power BI.
Method won't take any space in Power BI.
Okay,
Uncalculated column
will take space.
details space, and we can see it in the data column.
Yeah, I understand. But you cannot just say that measure will not take any space in Power BI. Yes, I understand, not to the extent. At least 1.0.1 KB. Those are things I'm telling you. Maybe. And the implicit and explicit measures. Implicit is something I can use a direct column. I just, for example, in pivot, what do you guys do? Drag the column, change the values to count of some. That is called implicit measure. But when you write the formula in the cell, that is explicit measure. As simple as that. Okay. I was telling about fabric. This is the fabric. This is a unified platform. It's a unified platform where I have my Synapse data warehouse, data engineering, data factory, data science, and the real-time analytics and Power BI. And I have a different tools within this warehouse, lakehouse, DB, data set, one lake. This is fabric. Okay, understand what this fabric is all about. Okay, I'm just giving you. No one would be expecting you to know this, but please research about this. Sky is the limit for you guys to for us to research about it. Right? That's all awesome sessions. Okay. Amber, I'm here. We want to talk a lot more. Any questions in the report as of now? Whatever I told you. Even if you guys don't have any questions right now, or a general question, whatever questions you had in mind, you can ask me right now. Or you can reach me in Instagram or LinkedIn, where I post content about data science, about acting, about cinema, about media. I've been doing those things. Okay, that's my Instagram ID, that's my LinkedIn name. Okay, you can reach me out there. And then you can also get me more email ID if needed. We talk about it. People over online, any questions at least now? I don't think so. Okay. How was the session? You find it knowledgeable or was this already covered in your previous sessions? Huh? What are the new things you guys learned in this session? Who all knows SQL and Power BI? One, two, others? Not yet? Okay. But what I said is very basic, right? It's common, applies for everyone. Okay, if you guys want more, that's the reason I told you guys to take notes. It's very important to take notes. Even if you type it on a laptop, you type it on the phone, I don't care. Take notes. Okay. Any questions you guys can reach me out. And for any projects, for anything, you guys can reach me out. I'll be here to guide. What I'm doing is that apart from my work, I'm mentoring most of the data scientists. more aspiring data analyst and giving career advices for the thing because I am not from technical. I'm not from technical. I'm from commerce, banking. So I'm from non-technical myself. So that's the reason I'm giving a lot of career advices to the people. And that's it. So you can reach me out for any questions, anything. Mostly in in Instagram, I'll be active. So you guys can follow me and for Instagram and you can reach out to me over there. And over email also you guys can contact me. Okay. That's it. We're done with the sessions. Now let's talk about the Power BI as a tool. Okay. What are the things you have in Power BI? Okay.
How much data we handle when we do import in Power BI?
So depends on the RAM size internally. In your laptop. RAM size internally. You can go with the billion records. Okay. We can go with the billion records. But when you publish it to online, it differs based on your license, what you hold. Pro license only 10 GB. Premium per user only 100 GB. And more than it's a kind of a premium per capacity is 1 TB. So it differs a lot. I mentioned it here. I mentioned it here. Okay. You call me Surya. I'm not much older than you guys. You may look older, but I'm not much older than you guys. Okay. Do not call me sir. That makes me awkward. So I'm opening a Power BI. Okay. See, I'm not sure how to get this out. Sorry. But still, where I yeah. Thank you. So this is Power BI. This is how the screen is, okay? And can you see these three things over here? Four things. This is called report view. And the table view, which is nothing called also called data view. And this is called a modeling. This is why you model your data. And this is called a DAX query, which is nothing but what you write SQL, right? SQL, you return types of queries and return some values, right? You can use the same thing over here. Okay. And you can have multiple tabs. Let me right now import the data. This is get data. Okay. Get data. More than 100 connectors available in Power BI. Even for connectors which is not available, you can directly get it based on the APIs or an intermediate connector. So the moment I get my data here, okay, I select the sheet one, it gives me some preview. Okay, I have options: load or transform data. But I'm going to go for transform data. What did I do? Yeah. I'm going to select the transform data so that I can see how my data comes in. Is the data type is good? Can you see the data type? This is number. This is again order date is a date over there. How does it make sense? So I'm going to change this to not sure. After connecting with the Zoom, I'm getting all the things. Now it got date, right? Likewise, go for everything. Okay, go for everything like this, and then give close and apply. So change your sheet name to some other name. You can do it here or here. So I'm going to do it here. Give it for a time. So this will come. You can see your data here in the table view, data view. Okay, all your data here. So I was telling about calculated columns, right? I can just build a calculated column. Can you see a new column? If I build on top of the data, I can see that. But if I build a measure, I cannot see that. That's a difference. Okay. I need to visualize the measure. Okay. Now let's check the data in Excel. Okay. You guys know how to get the data? So this is a data set. Okay, this is a data set. Okay. You see order ID, order date, customer ID, full name, email, city, country, product ID, unit price, quantity, total price, order status, payment method, stock quantity, and supplier. Okay, these are things it's there. From these things, what I'll do is that so these are the column names. Okay, from these things, what do you think are the valuable measures, measured value for fields? What do you mean by measured fields? Something that can be used to calculate, right? What are the fields that you can think of calculations? Yeah, yeah,
Quantity.
yeah. Is order ID required in this column in the table? It is. How do you know for which order, which cost is coming up? Order date? Yes. Okay. Customer ID? Yes.
But in order ID, you can also get the customer ID.
So for that, you need to build a subtable, a subtable, subtable. Okay. Full name? Email? City? Okay. Yes, we may need a city. Country? Product ID? Product name? We can take the product table, separate table, right? Dimension table. I'm going to do that now, but I'm just telling. Category? Now you need to understand relationship. Okay. Is category and product is one to one or one to many? Multiple products can come into one category. So we can have our own category table itself, but let's not go that granularity. Okay. Let the category be in a product table or the fact table. Quantity is or the status. Let's have it. We don't want to go to that's what I'm saying, right? It's our choice. How do we normalize and what do we normalize? Payment method. If it's more values, what I suggest you is that if it's more than 5 or 6, I suggest you to have a different table. What is it? Stock quantity. Yes, we need. Supplier. If it is only 3, let's have it here. So from this, what I'm going to do is that what I'm doing is that just a basic, very raw thing. Okay. If I want to go, I'll be doing a city in different thing, country in a different thing. But I don't want to do it as of now because that may confuse you guys a lot. Because you guys are doing the hackathon, not me. Okay. So these are my dimension tables. Okay. Now my fact table. Order ID, order date, customer ID. Next. City I've got it here itself. Simple guys, product date. Then, okay, quantity, you can just directly get whatever is to, right? Quantity total price, payment ID, method ID, stock quantity. So how many columns have reduced in the fact table? Have reduced more than 4. This is the what data normalization is. Not having entirely one, cutting out the storage and all. Have this in the, this is what is normalized data point. Because, okay, tell me. I'll tell you one thing. Okay. Because let's say my payment ID or I had a product called table. And the product ID of a table is 2. Now I don't even sell table. This, so what should I do if if at all it's not in the normalized table? If it's in a denormalized table, what will I do? I have to go all the way from the top, change all the way table is there, right? But if I do here product name and category, since the ID is associated, it will automatically change in the fact table, right? You guys get my point, or am I confusing you? Any questions here? For example, I'm selling a product called shoe. Okay, a shoe is like shoe is a part of accessories. Okay, and sometimes I have mistakenly named it as clothing. Will I go all the way in the fact table, change everything? If I change it here, that will automatically applicable here, right? That is the reason for data modeling. Okay, that's it. I've given you data modeling in your hackathon problem statement. You will be given what are the things that you, as a table, what are the things you need to build, and what are the visuals you need to build. Obviously, get help from the internet, not on ChatGPT. Try building this one report, not using ChatGPT. Go to Stack Overflow, go to Geeks for Geeks. I don't care. Not go for ChatGPT. Then you will see, for example, then you will get to know without using ChatGPT how efficient I am. You will get that confidence. Because in many of the companies, AI tools are being blocked, banned. You can't use. Right? Sorry? So it's better not to have an habit of using it or don't get habituated for it. Okay? That's it. I'm done. So over to you guys. If you guys have any questions, I'll sit and address them. Or at time is what? Already 12:13. I'm disturbing your lunch time, I guess. So you guys can go for your lunch and start your hackathon by the time. I'll also take my lunch and take a leave. What do you guys think? You have any questions? Not general for this, generally for all any of the questions you have, I'm here to answer. By the way, you guys are twins or what? Same, not answering, like very silent. No? Okay. Tell me.
Why don't you need RNA in this fact table? Actually, we have RNA.
Yeah, sometimes the date. Okay, I need to filter something. See, okay, how many of you got trouble with date columns in your analysis? Date is the only column which can give you the trouble every time. So since you guys are starting for the data normalization, I just want to give you the leaser. That's it. Because date is a torture thing column. I'm telling you, even after experiencing, I don't like date columns. It's the most torture thing. some of the best practices that I have a date column. I have something called dim date. I'll give the code for this. Okay. Okay. My system is acting weirdly. I'll give the code for this for dim date. Okay, or you can search in internet. What generally dim date does instead, the starting of the date is min of order date. And the maximum date is max of order date. So what will it, the columns will be is a date column, month, year, week, day of the name of the day, name of the month, number of the month, day number, week number. It will give a date column. I have building the dim date column also. The calendar table they call. Okay. That's it. Any questions? First audience, I'm not getting any questions, so I'm scared. Tell me. So note down my email ID. If you guys have any questions, you can ask. It's GJAYASURYA 28. Wait up. This is my LinkedIn. You guys can follow me. My name is Surya. Okay. You guys can follow me and guys can connect me to LinkedIn also. So whenever, and this is very important thing, connecting and networking in LinkedIn. Start doing your networks in LinkedIn. Networking is very, very important. Okay. And don't just send a random connection request. What's the name, sir? Tell your Instagram, LinkedIn ID. Anand? Huh? So why? Anyone have a LinkedIn? Sai Kiran? And EM, huh? First one? N for nest. Sorry. PAM. Okay. So I see this candidate. Okay. Imagine I'm the fresher here and Sai Kiran Nandan is the person who I want to connect. Hit follow. More. Connection. Can you see add a note? Hey, Sai. Okay. Oh, this looks good. I'll have more confident about, okay, why is he approaching me? Because LinkedIn, not all our connections are known people, right? Even if you want, if any of you guys sending me a request, only if it is not there, I'm not gonna approve. Because I'm not sure what are you reaching me for. We have only few specific connection things, right? Okay. Maybe I'm following you, so all your updates I'll be getting. Okay. So see, that's what I'm. The moment I got to know, all you want me to is to get me into seeing your profile. When I go there, like I'm seeing an activity. He has posted something in 1 week, and it's a 4 certificate. That's great. Call center data. Forage. PwC call center data. Accenture. Okay, Accenture. I suggest a lot of PwC things. New certification Accenture North America data analytics. Okay. You already worked. Okay, that's interesting. So this is also what part of me, what I'm doing. I'll connect with you. If you wanted me to go through your LinkedIn, make it more developed one. For example, yes, I can understand it. But change your cover picture about, yes, this talks about data visualization. If you only focused about data visualization, this is fine. If it's Gen AI or something, that's different. By looking at this cover page, I'm telling that, hey, this guy is interested in data visualization. Right? And I'm going to about your about section and a post. These are things and certifications. These are things I'll be focused on. This gives me credibility about you. Start getting back in LinkedIn. Unless and until if you're anyone stopping you, I don't care. Okay. Any other questions? Because I was also part of there was some time when I was become inactive in LinkedIn. But I lost a lot of connections back then. Okay. So this is about me. This is my LinkedIn profile. Okay. I like to keep it simple. I'm not telling that I'm a data analyst here because more than the data analyst, I'm a storyteller. As I told in the very first line, I love telling stories. I'm interested in cinema. I'm interested in film. That is my first thing. Okay. But for work, I do have a work and professional passion here, but my passion is writing. Whenever I get a free time, I write scripts. I publish short stories as a novels, mostly in Tamil. And I also do auditions for Telugu films. That's my mother tongue is Telugu. But what I'm trying to say is that I have my passion separate, I have my profession separate. Try also putting your passion because storytelling, that's the reason I like data visualization. When I build a dashboard, I can tell a story from a dashboard. What story are you conveying? And you can see a brief note about myself. And these are my academic portfolios, my letter of recommendation, certificates. And recently, 5 days before, I attended a great data community meetup in Hyderabad, and I got a LLM book by Microsoft co-founder. So all these things are happening. So have these sections properly defined. So in my company, I'm a proper data scientist, come BI developer. Okay? And put your educations properly. and put your license certifications properly. And if you work on some projects, put your projects properly. And these are my recommendations. Like the person who worked with me, those are people who told about me. Like this guy is good. Okay. For example, I'm coming here. If you guys wanted to talk, put some recommendations that this is a good. Like if when I'm working with you, what's your name, sir? Anand. I'll be finding Anand. I really found Anand as a great resource. I'm gonna go to Anand's profile. I'm gonna put a recommendation. How will it help? Any people who go into his profile in the future may see it and may find it valuable. All your LinkedIn is for self-attention and self-portrait. Okay. LinkedIn is not like Instagram, what we do. We show the world what we do. LinkedIn is the same thing. We show the world what we do and what we are good at. So market yourself. This is the time where you can create your own branding. What's your name, ma'am? Sindhu can create her own branding. Okay. So does I, so does Anand. And so does sir. I forgot your name. So you can create your own branding. When I mean by branding, what do you guys mean by branding? Okay. Huh? Exactly. Exactly. Tell the world what you are good at. Okay, that's all I wanted you guys. Market yourselves. Only then you can go to your dream company or something like that. Starting opportunity every time, get for it and have your goals and define. And after getting job, never ever settle with whatever you know. This is a knowledge development field. Every day you have to learn. I'll tell you an example. Talking about my own experience. I recruited as a data scientist. I knew Tableau before. But they told me we need a Power BI developer for the client. They thought that I can do it. So within 3 days, I learned about the reports. I started building the client reports. Last 3 years, my day-to-day job revolves around Power BI and SQL. I lost touch in Python. If you ask me something, I can help you out theoretically. My hands-on is less. I don't have enough time to put it on. But if I grab from 2 or 3 weeks practice, I can code as well as you guys because I have a theoretical knowledge. That's what I'm saying. Don't ever lose touch on whatever you learn and whatever you want to learn. That's it, guys. Sorry, sir.
Professor is joining every monthly. Is which type of problem is facing?
Which problem?
It's professor joining. If problem is
See, just getting the interview is a problem, right? Getting the interview is a problem, right? Find a way where you can get interviews and perform well. Just be confident on interview. That's all. Okay. If you ask me, I'll be asking you. First, my question is that, hey, how much you rate yourself in Python? That will be my first question. How much you rate yourself in SQL? As a fresher, most of the people say out of 5, I can rate myself 4. Then I'll give an intermediate level question, which they cannot do. So be honest about yourself. First of all, sit down on a table and sit down on a chair and jot down whatever you know and whatever you don't know. Whatever you're good at, whatever you don't good at, or not good at. If you have that understanding of your ability, you can sell yourself. When I sat down before getting a job, when I sat down, I was good at SQL. I was good in pandas, but I was not good in the Python programming as a logical thinking. So I had to improve my logical thinking, right? And SQL, I was not good at subqueries. So I had to improve subqueries. on SQL, I was looking at window analytics functions, overclass. I sat down, I improved it. Those are the things. Okay. People over online, I think we can stop the session.